Saturday, y'all, and it is a happy Saturday given where we closed yesterday on Friday. I mean, 16% gain on a Friday where usually with AMC we close on the red, all the reddish, but having a breakout from $42 to $59.50, almost $50, that's incredible because it's gonna start, this is a setup for a huge run that we may potentially experience going into next week. Talking about a gamma squeeze. If you don't know what it is, let's jump into it right away. Well, guys, this is the option chain, actually the option chain with the volume of calls already in the money for AMC stock with the dates, okay? So these are all the volume of calls that are already, for which the strike price is already, already real, already passed. I don't know how to explain it differently. Well, if the share price of AMC as $49.40 remains the same going into next Friday, which will be Friday, June 18, then we'll have 400,000 calls in terms of volume. Well, keep in mind that a contract is equals to 100 shares, meaning the market makers will have to buy back 41 million shares of AMC stock. Now, if you don't know what a market maker is, pretty much when you buy a call, it's because a bank sold that to you because they are taking a bet. They're taking a bet and, that's another way of making money. Now, AMC owns 10%, more than 10% of the entire option volume in the entire stock market. It gives you an idea of the whole volatility around, people buying and holding these options because it makes a lot of money. All right? So, when the market makers or those banks see that a lot of people are already buying a lot of calls, it exposes them to a risk, okay? And in order to protect them, to reduce at least that risk, the best thing for them to do is to buy back shares, all right? Is to buy back shares. And that's why when they do, buying pressure, the volume spikes and then volatility spikes. And then guess what? We shoot up. Maybe not to the moon because this is still a gamma squeeze, okay? Now, if you look also at the option chains here, okay, on market beat, look at all the volume. Look at all the volume. At $40 a share, we already have 27,000 calls. And then at $43, 37,000 calls. 45, 13,000 calls. 47, 8,000, 48, 10,000, almost 11,000. And then at $50, which we are this close, 35,000. So all of these, it's kind of a summary that we have here that are already in the money. So this gives you an exact idea of how much, volatility, volume, and what this will translate into the share price gaining. Maybe we'll see 60, maybe we'll see, 70, 75, maybe we'll guess past, the all-time high of 78. I don't know, but here's why there is a huge chance for that price to be hidden, okay? First of all, this is the next catalyst a lot of people were waiting for in order to jump and go all into AMC. As I mentioned earlier, guys, AMC owns more than 10% of the option volume in the entire stock market. All the option traders are going to jump into this. All the market makers are going to jump into this if they are not already not in. And then people that were waiting for AMC to jump in order to get that confirmation, that it's not dead, with money sitting on the side, will jump back in, and then the day traders and the swing trader. So if you take all that into consideration, it gives you a perfect setup for the share price to jump even higher without the short squeeze even starting. And here is the best part, guys. When the gamma squeeze is triggered, okay, you have hedges shorting to hell. We know we have synthetic shares and naked shares, even though, we know that they know that we know that they have synthetic shares. Hundreds of millions of shares. Well, when the share price increases higher and higher, 80, 85, 90, when we get to that $90 to $100 a share, it's gonna be so unbearable for the hedges to sustain those short positions that have no way out, no other alternative but to cover by buying back those shares. And if we all hold and tell them, hey, I'm so pissed off, guys, so you're gonna pay me the price I want. And that's how that may also trigger possibly the actual short squeeze. But keep in mind, it's not going to happen overnight because we know the hedges will not fold that easily, okay? They have multiple tricks, even though we already exposed all the entire dirty tricks they have, but we still have to be careful. Even going into next week, they're gonna try as hard as they can to make sure that this is as lowest as possible as we get into next week. But I feel like the odds are in our favor, at least the buyers and the apes. So we'll see. All right.